Welcome back to 909 Adventures, everybody. Today's vlog brings us to Forest Lawn, Glendale. We're here for a certain celebrity grave site. It's pretty important and pretty special to me. One that I should have come to a long time ago. But it doesn't seem like I've really gotten out to do these things until I started doing these vlogs, which is another reason why I wanted to start doing these, is so I can go and do the things and have a reason and a purpose behind coming out here to see these things, other than just, for the heck of it. But I'm sure you could tell by the title who we're here to see, so let's just go check it out together. It's the man of the hour, Walt Disney. Now, if you know me personally, you know why this is so important to me. Everything this man has done, yeah, I know it's cartoons and it's associated with kids and children and that, but it's just growing up, that's everything I watched. It was all Disney. I never really went back to like Looney Tunes or Warner Brothers or none of that stuff. It was always Disney, and it was an honor to bring that into my children's childhood, and to show them what I watched and everything I did growing up, as far as watching the Disney shorts and the animated features, and even the old Disney movies from the 50s and 60s. And just thank you, Walt, for everything you've done. Thank you for being the person you were and having the imagination you did, because it's affected me a lot, as well as a lot of people in this world. It's crazy to be right here. I never thought I would come here, as close as it is to home. I never thought I would come here. And so I wasn't planning to come here today, but we were in the area and we figured, hey, we'd stop by, see if we could find it. It was actually pretty easy to find. I already kind of knew what I was looking for, so Walt Disney was born, I believe it was in 1901, December of 1901. And when he was 16, he wanted to join the military, and they were allowing you to join with your parents' permission if you were 17. Well, he was only a year off, so he asked his parents for a permission slip. His mom signed it, and he forged his birth date and moved his year to 1900. And then he was in World War I as an ambulance driver for, I believe it was the Red Cross. Fast forward to I forget exactly the year, 1921. He started Laugh-O-Gram Studios, and that went bankrupt. I forget exactly if this is where he created Oswald. I don't think it was. I think it was later when he started his studio here in Burbank. But he created Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, and that was when he first got his a little bit of well, it's when he first started getting his cartoons distributed as shorts to to the theaters to be played in front of, blockbuster hits. I don't know what was what was considered a blockbuster hit back in the 20s, but then the distributor that was distributing Oswald the Lucky Rabbit actually had stolen the character from him and hired out most of Walt's staff to continue creating Oswald. So this all took place in New York. They had him go from Burbank out to New York for the meeting, and that's when he found out he had lost Oswald. So while him and his wife were on a train coming back to LA, he was brainstorming. He said, I'm going to create a new character. It's going to be a mouse. I'm going to call him Mortimer. Mortimer. And if it wasn't for Lillian Disney, Mrs. Disney, his wife, which you could see second person down right below Walt, she spoke up. And thank you so much, Lillian, for putting your 2 cents into it, because Mortimer Mouse, I don't know, it doesn't really have that much of a ring to it. But Lillian stepped in and told Walt, you know what, I like Mickey a lot better. So Mickey it was. And then from there, Walt created the first cartoon with synchronized sound, which was Mickey Mouse's Steamboat Willie. And then after the success of all that, he's got some money and everything, he decided to make the first feature-length cartoon, which was Snow White. And then came Pinocchio, and then so on and so on. And then he came to Fantasia. Alright guys, sorry. Some people had walked up and wanted to see Walt's gravesite, so I just stepped out of the way and let them have their few minutes. But anyways, getting back to Fantasia. When Fantasia came out, it was really innovative. It's done what other movies, other cartoons, nothing has done prior to it. And Walt was credited as creating what was called Fantasound, which we now know it as today as surround sound. So Fantasia was the original movie to have surround sound. Okay, so past all that, past all the cartoons, you got Peter Pan, and I'm drawing a blank right now, but come 1953 he starts planning Disneyland, and come 1954 he's building Disneyland. I think he builds Disneyland for something like $25 million, which nowadays you can't even build a simple attraction for $25 million. And you guys know the rest from there. But Disneyland is my place. That's that's my place to go. I love being there. When me and Brittany first got together, there's a 5-year difference. I was 25 and Brittany was 20 when we had got together. I'm thinking, oh great, how's this? This this is probably just gonna last a couple months and then we're done. But obviously here we are almost 10 years later, and one of her friends, when we were getting ready to go on our first date, she was saying, because it was around Valentine's Day, saying get her flowers, get her this, get her that. I'm like, oh man, all this sounds so cheesy and high schoolish. I was like, I'm just gonna take you to Disneyland. So our first date was at Disneyland, and I'm a 30+ year veteran of going to Disneyland. I know that place like the back of my hand. And I haven't been there in, almost ashamed to say, almost 2 years. But I mean, like I said, I know that place like the back of my hand. I know the history. It's I've been going there since I was 2 years old. So like I said, 30 plus year veteran of Disney Park attendee, Disneyland resort attendee. But anyways, guys, that's the little bit of knowledge, a few little things that I could think of off the top of my head to talk about while we're here at Walt's grave. And again, I just want to say thank you, Walt. Thank you for everything that you've brought to this world and made it a better, happier place, that's for sure. Normally I'd ask you guys to subscribe and all that stuff. I'm not even going to do that. This vlog is more of a labor of love, so thank you.